The Listening Corner, the history of World War II. Hello, and welcome to a special, extra-long episode of The Listening Corner. Today, we are exploring the history of World War II. This is a long episode, perfect for a full practice session of about an hour. We will tell you the most important events and dates from this very important time in history. So, let's begin our story. After World War I. The story of World War II begins in 1918, at the end of World War I. World War I was a terrible war, and many countries signed an agreement called the Treaty of Versailles. This treaty was very hard on Germany. It made Germany pay a lot of money and give up a lot of land. It made many people in Germany very angry. In the 1920s and 1930s, Germany was very poor. Many people did not have jobs. In this difficult time, a new leader came to power. His name was Adolf Hitler. Hitler was a very powerful speaker. He told the German people that he would make their country strong again. He promised to give people jobs and make Germany great. Many people believed him, and he became the leader of Germany in 1933. The spark of war. Hitler began to build Germany's army. He wanted to get back the land that Germany lost in the Treaty of Versailles. Other countries did not stop him because they wanted to avoid another war. This was a big mistake. In 1938, Germany took over Austria. Then, Germany took a part of a country called Czechoslovakia. Other countries still did not fight. The real beginning of the war was on September 1st, 1939. On this day, Germany began its invasion of Poland. Germany's army was very fast and strong. The Polish army could not stop them. 2 days later, on September 3rd, France and Great Britain said they would help Poland. They told Germany to leave Poland. When Germany did not, France and Great Britain declared war on Germany. This was the start of World War II. The early years in Europe. For the first few months, there was not much fighting. People called this the phony war. But in 1940, the war started again. Germany invaded many countries in Europe. They took over Denmark, Norway, Belgium, and the Netherlands. The German army was very successful. Then, Germany attacked France. France was a very strong country, but its army was not ready. The German army moved very quickly and took control of Paris. France lost the war in just a few weeks. Great Britain was now alone. In the summer and fall of 1940, Germany started to attack Great Britain from the sky. This was called the Battle of Britain. German planes dropped bombs on British cities. But the British Air Force, called the Royal Air Force, fought back. They defended their country with great courage. The Royal Air Force was smaller than the German Air Force, but their planes were faster. Hitler could not defeat them, so he stopped the attacks. The war goes global. Now, the war became much bigger. In 1941, Hitler decided to attack his old friend, the Soviet Union. This invasion was called Operation Barbarossa. It was the biggest attack in the history of war. Millions of German soldiers went into the Soviet Union. At first, they were very successful, but the cold Russian winter stopped them. The long, freezing winter was a major enemy. But the war also spread to a new part of the world, the Pacific Ocean. On December 7, 1941, the country of Japan, which was an ally of Germany, made a surprise attack on the United States. They dropped bombs on an American military base in Hawaii called Pearl Harbor. This attack was a huge surprise for the United States. Many American ships were destroyed. The next day, the United States declared war on Japan. Because Germany and Japan were allies, the United States also declared war on Germany. Now, the United States was in the war. The war was no longer only in Europe, it was a global war. The war in Africa and Italy. The war was also happening in a completely different place, North Africa. Here, the German and Italian armies, led by the famous General Erwin Rommel, fought against the British and American armies. The fighting took place in the hot, dusty desert. The British and Americans wanted to control the Suez Canal in Egypt. This canal was very important because it was a fast way to get oil from the Middle East. The battles in North Africa were very difficult. They fought for a long time. But in 1943, the Allied armies, led by General Montgomery and General Patton, defeated the German and Italian forces. This was a big victory. After their victory in North Africa, the Allied armies crossed the Mediterranean Sea and invaded Italy in 1943. Italy was a key ally of Germany. This invasion was a new front in the war and a big step toward defeating Germany. The home front. While the soldiers were fighting, life changed a lot for the people at home. In countries like Great Britain and the United States, people had to help with the war. Food and gasoline were difficult to get. Governments asked people to save everything they could. This was called rationing. People grew food in their gardens to help. Also, many men went to fight in the war. So, many women had to work in factories. They built planes, tanks, and other machines for the war. This was a big change for women's roles in society. Everyone had to work together to win the war. We will stop our story here. So far, we have learned about the beginning of the war, the invasion of Poland, the Battle of Britain, the important entries of the Soviet Union and the United States, and the battles in North Africa and Italy. Thank you for listening to this extra-long episode of The Listening Corner. We hope this helped you practice your English listening with a new topic. Join us in the next episode for part 2, where we will talk about the major turning points of the war and how it all ended.